The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
Hello, everyone. It's the week of November 5th, 2018. My name is Taylor Cooper, and this might be news to you. What up, everybody? It's week 11 at Might Be News. With me, as always, co-host Kev. What up, co-host Kev?
Wow, you messed that up.
Co-host Kev. What up, co-host Kev?
Yo, what up?
Danny's not here this weekend. It is...
Oh my God, it's his best show ever.
It's his best show ever. Yo, daylight savings time. What up? We got an extra hour of sleep last night, kind of. If I wasn't up until 2 a.m. playing video games, whatever.
I was up until 1 watching the Flyers lose.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
In overtime.
Yeah. Anyway, we got a bunch of cool stuff to talk about this week. I'm going to do considerably better this week than I did last. I already got the episode right anyway, so that's one up.
Yeah, but you fucked up my name already.
Yeah, co-host Kyle, what up? I don't care what you think.
You only give me one Capri Sun whenever I'm here. That's it.
One. And that's when I have them. Right now, I'm fresh out.
And did you see the size of that iced coffee that I brought you?
Yo, you hooked me up?
That's like 7 Capri Suns, bro.
That's like at least one trip over here with 2. Maybe, you know? Now, this is an extreme hookup, especially because it's the first thing in the morning for us where we in this time-space continuum.
Oh.
So, we don't usually record in the mornings. We've been doing pretty good about doing it at night recently.
Yeah.
And, yeah, this is rugged.
Sucks.
But
excuse us if we're off.
Yeah, consistency is key. Nobody gives a shit when we're recording this but us right now. I'm fucking tired. So anyway, Danny, like I said, is out this week, but I still have some good news, so here we go.
Hey, did you hear the news?
This better be good.
You want the good news or the bad news?
Give me the good stuff.
All right, week 11 with the good news. I have one good news story. We posted a video on our Might Be News Network Facebook page. You should go check it out. This week it comes out of Birmingham, Alabama. His 4-year-old kid, Austin Perrine, and his dad started a campaign called Show Love. They have a hashtag and everything, Show Love. And what they do is this father and son duo go and buy hot meals and hand deliver them to homeless people in the city. And as they do it, this kid, he wears a superhero cape and he talks to all of them and encourages the people around him and watches them and watching them to show love, to kind of do the same thing that he's doing, and just anytime you can help these people out. And they have a nice little interview with this kid, and he's just such, so innocent and so helpful. And these guys, these people on the street, they really, obviously they need it and really appreciate it. And it's just a really nice story.
It's so awesome.
The kid wanted to do it. Like, they did it once with his dad, and then the rest of it was all his idea.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
And it's cool, like the dad made t-shirts for them to wear when they do it with the Show Love on there. He's got his little signature on the kid's little signature on the shirts.
That's dope.
They hand out hot sandwiches and things like that to the homeless people of Birmingham, Alabama. Very cool, and it's been sparking other people to do the same thing in their area. They're very neat. So, that was pretty much the only fucking good news this week. Yo, we live in a crazy place, man.
Yeah, you're not joking.
Tomorrow is, if you're listening to this on Monday, which I hope you are, tomorrow is election day for the midterms. Go out and vote. If you give a shit about anything, go out and vote for whatever you believe in. I'll be glad when this is all over, so I stop getting fucking political ads in the mail and seeing them all over TV. It's the stupidest thing ever.
Dude, I'm getting fucking text messages.
Text messages, yes, dude.
What the fuck?
Hi, it's so-and-so. I work wherever, and I'm just wondering if you're going to fucking Vote for this fucking person you don't know nothing about.
Right, dude. This phone number texted me. They said, "Hi, I'm Cody." Okay, Cody, I have no fucking clue who you are, but and they said, "Vote for this guy," and I know nothing about him.
Yeah,
nothing about him.
I mean, it's become obviously a very heated election this time around. I can honestly say that I've to my recollection, never voted in midterms as an adult, never done it, but I do plan on doing it this time.
I bet you most of America will this time.
Yeah, it seems that way. A lot of there's been a lot of early voting going on, a lot of early young voters getting that done. They're saying over a 200% increase in young voter participation already.
That's
in some
crazy.
areas.
That's nuts.
So, we stay pretty much politics free in here, but like if you give a shit, go vote one way or the other, whoever you support. There's a lot of crazy shit going on both sides of the fence right now that kind of are pushing people in those directions. For example, that migrant caravan coming up from Honduras. That's a big deal. A lot of people are really up in arms about that. It's straight up line drawn in the sand. You either want to help them or you don't, and it's pretty nuts. What else? The shooting in the synagogue that's past the weekend before this.
It's crazy.
It was crazy. One of those people was a Holocaust survivor. Nuts, right? So crazy times. Crazy times. I haven't been talking about it as much on Facebook or on Instagram or anything, and it feels good to kind of not be putting out all this angry shit all the time, but at the same time, I kind of, I still keep up with it as best I can.
Just let it be.
There's a lot of shit going on, man.
Just let it be.
Yep. So,
Fuck it.
Speaking of, I guess political correctness, I have this story that a lot of people are outraged about. The Simpsons.
This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous.
The Simpsons.
How long have The Simpsons been on the air?
30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
And this is a staple character from the beginning.
Yes, Apu, the owner and operator of the Quickie Mart, right? He is. They're writing him out of the show.
Why?
There's been a lot of outrage over the years about the stereotype for him that they, it's become synonymous. Basically, he is the go-to representation of Indian people here in America. Like everybody, if you think about it, everybody, if anybody tries to impersonate an Indian person, they automatically do the Apu voice, right? They do the Apu
dude.
thing.
That's fine. That's fine,
right?
And the stereotype, and I don't know if it's an our area thing or what, but if you go into any local 7-Eleven, you go into any local, not all, because your Wawas and your Turkey Hills,
right. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
But you go into any local 7-Eleven,
yeah,
it's Indian people.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm not trying to stereotype anybody.
No,
I'm just stating a fact.
Facts. It's facts, and because it was the same way in Florida, it's the same way. Like that's they come over here, they buy up gas stations and run them, which that's what I noticed it too. But and I'm not saying that I agree with this or disagree with this. I think it's a shame. That's where I'm at with it. I think it's a shame because realistically, every character on The Simpsons is a stereotype. Every single character.
Yeah.
Every single one. There's the do-nothing dad who's an idiot, Homer. There's a do-everything smart one, wife, Marge. There's a bad kid, Bart. There's a super smart kid, Lisa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just getting out of the Simpsons family, rich old white guy who's probably secretly homosexual with his like little his secretary Smithers or whatever.
Oh, Smithers, yeah, dude. The cop. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank.
Chief.
Chief Wiggum.
Yeah.
Chief Wiggum, a lazy, do nothing cop.
Yep. Donuts all the time.
They're all stereotypes.
They're all stereotypes. Barney, fat, drunk. You know.
The town drunk.
Yep. Like
It's absolutely ridiculous.
There's so many other stereotypes in The Simpsons, and it's just kind of, I don't know. I remember seeing some episodes that were revolved around Apu that were great episodes. Like, I don't think that they ever, in my opinion, and again, I'm not a religious Simpsons watcher anymore. Like, it's not like I tune in every weekend.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That irritates me.
I don't
It really does.
From what I recall, like, they don't make fun of Apu. Like, nobody goes in there and calls him racial slurs. Nobody goes in there and like.
No, it's because he's an Indian working at a freaking at a fast food at a gas station type.
It's also he's voiced by a
Quickie
white
Mart.
guy. He's also voiced by a white guy.
Who cares?
Yeah, I don't.
What, you want to be PC and get an Indian guy in there and do his voice?
Right. Hashtag Simpsons so white.
Ugh.
I don't know, man. A lot of people are really upset about it. What I'm most upset about is that from what I read, he's just literally going to vanish. They're not even going to give him like a send off, to what I can understand. Like, he's just
gone.
He's just going to be gone.
Dumb.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not a huge fan of this decision. But apparently, and I want to check it out because I am interested in both sides of this issue. There's apparently a documentary about the people who are affected negatively by that character. And I'm just curious. I'm curious to see if it's like a real thing, or if they're just being a fucking bunch of babies about it. I don't know. I am not negatively affected by that character, so I don't know, but I'm interested to find out why someone is.
It's retarded.
You
It
know?
is stupid. I am appalled by the decision to pull a cartoon character off of a fucking show.
That's iconic.
It's been around since the beginning.
Right.
I don't know.
It's iconic.
I don't know.
So, moving on. The next story I have is that it was just announced this past week that Ridley Scott, director of the original Gladiator movie,
Yeah.
is greenlighting a sequel.
The hell's the Russell? What's the main character's name?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah. Maximus.
Fucking badass.
Yeah, it's a really, really good movie. It's
Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Dude.
It's a classic, right?
I love it. It's a long movie, but it's
long.
good.
Yeah, it's jam packed action, dude. He fucks a lot of people in that movie. Yeah.
That scene when they're in the what the hell is it called? In the stadium thing, and they're doing their fucking
Coliseum.
The Coliseum, and they're battling out, dude. So dope.
Yeah.
So dope.
I like when they had the horse and carriages in there with like the spikes on the wheels and stuff. Like, it was gangster. But they're making a sequel to it, and I was really curious how they're going to pull that off, considering the way that the first one ended. This movie apparently is going to focus on the son, the Lucius,
Okay.
son of like the main bad guy,
Yeah,
and
the dickhead.
yeah, the dickhead. Or no, it was his sister's. It was his sister's son.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't his. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, it's going to focus on him, and I don't know how or what's going to happen because he was kind of born into royalty, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that.
That's gonna be so dope.
I'd be interested to see. Obviously, it's done by the same dude, so it's going to kind of carry that same grittiness, hopefully. But we'll see. So
I still believe that 300 is a more gritty, visually gritty movie than Gladiator.
Oh, for sure. 300 was just kind of like it was based off a graphic novel.
And it's a fucking green screen too.
Yeah. Like the whole thing.
Which is dope. They
Which is
made it
dope.
look awesome.
Yeah, they did. Gladiator was the more like realistic representation of like that combat in that time, whereas obviously like 300 was more like a adult real-time cartoon.
Yeah, it was dope.
It was really dope. That time period was crazy. Like movies
I
about
wouldn't
that
want to
shit
live
is dope.
there.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to live there.
you see, was the Spartacus? Did you see the remake of Spartacus?
No,
It was dope.
was it?
Yeah, it was cool. There's some dumb parts in it, but
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
that was pretty cool. Like the horse racing in that, the horse and buggy racing in it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
We're going with a little bit of an entertainment vibe this week. So the next story I have is about Toy Story 4. It's coming out.
Dude, how old were we? Didn't the first Toy Story come out in like 97?
Something like that. Dude, do you remember when that movie came out?
It was incredible.
It changed everything.
It was incredible.
That was our generation's Star Wars.
Yeah, dude. It wasn't that Pixar's start?
Yeah. Yep. That was their first movie.
Nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the whole CGI computer graphic, like
It changed everything.
it was awesome.
It changed everything. There was nothing like that before that. And there's been a million things like it after. You know what I'm saying?
It was great.
That is a true benchmark in entertainment history is when the first Toy Story came out. Have you seen all of them, Kev? Have you seen all three?
I think so. Yeah, I saw the first two, and I think that we went
we watched the third one.
Yeah, in theaters.
Yeah.
In theaters.
Yeah. So the first one, obviously a classic. Second one was good, but not as good as the first. And the third one was an emotional roller coaster ride.
Ugh.
Like a roller coaster ride.
And it's so dumb when a cartoon gets you like that.
Well, I think that part of that has to do with like what we were just saying. Like these characters are staples of our childhood, right?
Absolutely right.
Woody, Buzz, all of them, like they're straight up staples in our childhood. Like they are as important, if not more important to me than say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know, they're on like the same level, right? So when you see that they're ready to get fucking incinerated, like and die, I was torn up. I was torn up.
Over here, fucking having a cry session while watching fucking Toy Story.
Well, they I guess a few weeks ago, Tim Allen finished his recording for the fourth one. And said it was very, very emotional, and he couldn't even get through the last scene.
Wow!
And recently, this past week, Tom Hanks wrapped his recording and released a statement saying, "I quote: the way you record Toy Story, you're in a room with the team that has created it. When I went in for my last day of recording, I wanted to have my back to them because usually you're facing him so he can look right up at you and talk about it. But I didn't want to see them and pretend that they couldn't see me." He said that it's one of the most agonizing scenes that he's ever had to do.
And like it's probably Tim Allen and Tom Hanks's last Toy Story, but I can 100% guarantee there's going to be some spin-off. Something, whether it be with Rex or Slink or Mr. Potato Head or something. There's gonna be some spinoff. There's too much money there to be made to not have a spinoff.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, they could also just go. I mean, depending on how this fourth one ends, like we were kind of talking about it before the show, like they just go and like get donated to Goodwill or like, and that's how they get split up. I mean, I guarantee that they all get split up. I mean, you just think about that's just how toys work. Or you know, I don't know. Like I'm fully prepared to get extremely emotional watching Toy Story 4.
I probably won't watch it till it comes out on DVD, and then if my kids are even interested, then I'll sit down and watch it.
Have they watched the first three?
I think I believe so. I mean, dude, it's so difficult with kids. Like you put a movie in, and then 15 minutes later, after it starts, they're just not even paying attention.
Yeah,
unless you're at the theaters or something.
Right. Right. I just remember it changed everything. And I disagree with you. I don't think that there's going to be a spinoff. Maybe they would just change it up and have different toys.
There's too much money to be made, bro.
Yeah, but there's too many other movies that they could make too. Like Pixar's been putting in work. Like they do a whole bunch of other shit, you know? They don't necessarily have to ride on this. I mean, I guess they do put a lot of space in between the movies though. So maybe they just come back with a Toy Story 5, you know, years from now and they escape Goodwill or something. They create like a toy colony somewhere and like live happily ever after on some like trash island. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
The island of misfit toys.
Yeah. So the next thing I want to talk about before we go on break here is also going to be my late review, so stay tuned. Red Dead Redemption 2. You've heard me mention it quite a few times the past couple weeks on different shows. I've devoted a lot of fucking time to this video game.
Dude, there was so much hype behind this game when it came out. My 6-year-old wanted it so bad.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, not for him.
Well, after because I thought it would be something along the lines of the first one where you could ride out in the plains and hunt and just kick it. Like
you can do that. You can do that.
You can.
Yeah.
But it's so much more gory than it was.
Yes.
When it came out last time.
And I don't know. I'd have to look to see if there's a way to like turn that off. There might be some sort of parental control on there.
Dude, that game is too fucking intense for me. Like all the fucking shit that you got to keep up with. That no way that I could even allow my 6-year-old to sit down and even watch it.
Right. Well, I'll give you my in-depth review in the late review segment. Okay. I just beat the main campaign. I'm on the epilogue, the epilogue chapters right now. Okay. So I finished the main storyline last night, and it was fucking intense. It was absolutely crazy. But the one I want to talk about here is that in the first weekend, it sold over $725 million.
It's not a real number. It's not a real number.
It's crazy as hell.
Did it outsell Modern Warfare 2?
It outsold everything ever. This is the highest. Let me just read this. Red Dead Redemption 2 had the largest opening weekend for any entertainment product in history. Any entertainment product. That's movies, music, TV, everything.
You can't compare it to movies, and you can't compare it to music. I want to hear it compared to other video games.
I'm not comparing it to anything. I'm just saying that it made more money.
A song cost $1
than anything.
$1.99, maybe if you're lucky.
This
a movie costs $14.
This equates that $725 million equates to roughly 10 million copies of the game sold. 10 million in the first 3 days. It's the largest opening weekend ever for anything. Now Rockstar Games kind of came under fire a little bit before this game came out because it came. People were talking about that people were working insane hours during the development of this. The insane hours being against work regulations. Like it wasn't.
Wow.
People were really upset about it. But all I can say, and again, I'll get into it. I can see why after playing that game. The attention to detail, the rawness of it, and how just incredible everything looks, works, and feels. I can see why, and they're rolling in dough right now. They're rolling in dough right now, and
Rockstar is. I would imagine the workers aren't.
Well, I would assume that everybody that was that had a big part and worked all those hours is getting some kind of crazy bonus right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they'd be putting themselves through that shit for looks. You know what I mean? Just to say that, yeah, I did that. I'm sure Rockstar's hooking them the fuck up. $725 million in the first 3 days.
When you have a good month at work, like a really stellar month at work and a lot of whatever product is sold, do you get a cut back on that?
No, but I have a shitty job. I assume that people working for Rockstar who make the best video games, because you know the next game that had the highest selling debut, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
So like these guys are the kings. When they put a game out, people take notice. People go buy it.
It used to be Activision.
It's the highest. It was the highest downloaded game in PlayStation history.
Fuck that. Why would you download that game, you stupid idiot?
It probably took them like 5 hours. Because it took me close to 3 just to get it off the disc.
Install it.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
Yeah, 2 discs. 2 discs. One is just a data disc. Yeah, and that's only half of the install process. It hits like half, and you put the other disc in, and it finishes. Nuts! Wow. It's nuts.
Wow,
it's nuts. So, but I just thought that was really interesting. In 3 days, $725 million. And that's worldwide. And obviously there's a $100 Ultimate Edition. There's a $80 Special Edition and the $60 base game. So
what'd you get?
I got the $100 Ultimate. So, but Pete, check this out. So I bought the game months ago. Like I just paid for it.
Okay.
Instead of putting $10 down, I just paid for it.
Okay.
So when I went in there, I paid $40 extra. I was like, fuck it. I have this money.
Fuck it.
I paid for it a while ago, so might as well get it. And it was worth it. I get a whole bunch of shit on the game. I love it. They haven't even put out the online version yet. And I'm sure they're
got nothing to do for like the next month.
No. I got plenty to do. That's the thing. This game is huge. I got plenty to do. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like like I said, I beat the campaign and I still have tons to do. It's retarded. It's retarded. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, we got What's the Point Late Review. Be right back after this.
Check out Relatable Radio on the Might Be News Network.
On iTunes and SoundCloud.
New episodes every Tuesday.
Oh!
This is a mom confession. All right, I forgot to pick Landon up from school.
Only one day?
One day.
Okay.
All right, but I was at the bus stop. I forgot to pick him up at school.
So you were making an effort. It's not like you were out partying.
Right.
Yeah.
This is ruined.
Mm-hmm.
And it's bringing up...
in 30 years, he's going to bring that up to you.
It was awful. Like, I was 30 minutes late, and the teacher's like, oh, I told him you were late because you were probably going back to school night for your kindergarten. And I was like, yes! Yes, that's the night.
Oh.
That's exactly why I was late. I wasn't watching Ellen. No.
No, of course
not.
not.
I didn't make coffee and sit on the couch. No, not at all.
Welcome back to Might Be News, week 11. What up, Kev?
Yo.
So, what do you, that's a good first half of the show.
Yeah.
Do you plan on getting Red Dead?
No. I'm getting the new Call of Duty.
Yeah. That's probably more your speed.
Well, thanks.
No. Well, first of all, I know you personally don't like third-person shooters.
No, I don't.
And I also know that you're not super into like long campaigns and shit.
No, I do. I can honestly say, and I don't know if I've ever told you this before, but I can honestly say the only video game that I finished the campaign, if you had to guess,
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 or
Modern Warfare.
Yeah, it was that
Modern
the first
Warfare.
One? That's the first
Modern
one, right?
Warfare. Yeah, the first one on the next gen systems.
Yeah.
That's the only game that I never finished. Halo, I never finished.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Never finished any of those games.
That's crazy.
But Call of Duty, that was my shit. I mean,
That's the one with like the gillied out mission.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that one was good. Was that that was the first one.
The first one of the next gen systems.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Well, here we go. What's the point? What's the point?
Is there a point to this? What is your point?
Are you just gonna sit there and look stupid?
All right, Kev. What's your point?
So I saw this story We just had Halloween a week ago. And I saw this story where this lady went to this Halloween party and she went as a zombie. She put on the makeup. She put in the fake teeth. She goes to the party, has a good time, comes home from the party, cleans off her makeup, and goes to take out the fake teeth. And the fake teeth will not come out of her mouth. They showed a picture of it. These jagged looking teeth she had stuck in her mouth.
Wow.
It wasn't an adhesive issue. They just suctioned onto her teeth so well that she couldn't get it out, to the point where she had to go to the dentist.
Wow.
Go to the dentist. And they had to cut the teeth out section by section.
Holy shit.
They couldn't numb her up because they were afraid they were going to pull her real teeth out, so they needed to know when she was in pain and everything.
Oh my God.
And they had to take out these zombie teeth.
Wow.
Could you imagine showing up to, I understand this is the dentist office and that's where you need to go to have this done, but you show up and you start talking to somebody.
Probably sound like an idiot because these stupid teeth are in your mouth anyway. Like, my teeth can't come out. I can't get these teeth out. You can't eat with that shit in. You can't do nothing with that.
I was dying when I was sitting there reading this article. I thought it was so funny.
That's hysterical.
It was so funny. The lesson learned, she said she will never put fake teeth in her mouth ever again.
Wow. That's pretty crazy.
That's what I got.
Did you and your kids have a good Halloween?
Yeah. They had a great time. They went out and trick-or-treated. Jackson got halfway through and he said, all right, I'm done. And he sat in the stroller and we went house to house with Cole. We went with all the neighborhood kids and they had a good time.
It's good.
Yeah.
My point this week is a pretty crazy one. At least 5 children have been killed last week, and 7 injured when they've been hit by cars near school bus stops. The incidents happened in Indiana, Mississippi, Florida, and Pennsylvania.
I'd kill somebody.
Bro.
I'd hurt somebody, dude. Somebody came flying down and hit my kid at the bus stop. Psh.
Yeah.
We'd have issues.
Last Tuesday, crossing the street to their bus stop in the morning in rural Indiana, 9-year-old Olivia and her twin 6-year-old brother, 2 twin 6-year-old brothers, were fatally struck by a pickup truck. The 24-year-old driver was arrested on 3 counts of felony reckless homicide and misdemeanor passing a school bus with the arm extended.
Wow.
So the bus was there. Like,
big yellow fucking bright bus.
Right.
With its flashers on.
Yeah.
The fuck was he doing? On a cell phone?
I don't know. It doesn't say. It doesn't say.
Piece of shit.
But another student in that same incident was injured and airlifted to the hospital.
Wow.
So he hit 4 kids. Wednesday, a 9-year-old was struck and killed north of Tulepo, Mississippi, as he crossed the road to board a school bus. The 22-year-old man was charged with aggravated assault in the incident. Mississippi Highway Patrol Captain Johnny Pulo said a bond was set for the driver at $10,000. Again on Wednesday in Tallahassee, Florida, a 19-year-old man hit and injured a kindergartner who was crossing the street to board a school bus. The driver realized too late that the bus was stopped with arm extended, and he was given 2 traffic citations. Let's see. Thursday in central Pennsylvania, a 7-year-old boy from Franklin Township was found dead on the side of the road by his home after he was run over by a slow-moving vehicle. Evidence was shown that the child was run over at a slow speed. A search warrant was obtained for the vehicle and was in the area at the time, and the driver has been interviewed. In Tampa, Florida, 5 children and 2 adults were rushed to a hospital after a car struck pedestrians at a school bus stop. 1 child is in critical condition. Duncan said Thursday that none of the injuries are considered life-threatening. 3 of the children are 6 years old, 1 is 9, and 1 is 12. It's pretty insane stuff. Slow the fuck down.
No shit.
Get off your cell phones, drive your goddamn car, truck, and chill the fuck out. School is back in session. It's been back in session for a couple months now. There's no fucking excuses. If you're anywhere near a goddamn school bus, slow the fuck down. At least pay attention. This is outrageous.
It's ridiculous.
I'm curious, and I didn't get a chance to look up the statistics, but I'm curious how many kids get hit by cars a year during school time during these same type situations, going to the school bus stop. You know what I mean? Like, do you guys do you walk your kids to the school bus stop? Amy does.
Well, if I have some time in the morning, I will, or if she needs to be somewhere, I'll take them. But most of the time, she takes them, and we're lucky enough to be in a neighborhood, so we don't have that much passing traffic. But
Right.
But there's some incidences where we're outside after school, just playing in the street, and we have those big slow caution kids with the flags.
Right.
And still, there's people that fucking fly down our street, even when we're all out there in the street playing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's reckless.
It's crazy.
Unnecessary.
I want to throw rocks at cars.
Yeah. 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 Oh, like you said, like, I'll kill somebody.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go to jail forever if you kill my kid. Like,
Yeah.
it's straight up. I'll do it. Like, there's no, that's unexcusable. You're just driving a car is a huge responsibility. I sound like my fucking dad. You know, I sound like my mom, like whoever. Like, driving a car is like a huge responsibility, obviously. You could kill somebody with that shit.
Yeah.
Slow down. Get off your stupid phone for 5 minutes. Christ's sake. It's so stupid. Anyway, so that's my point. Slow down and drive safe. This is fucking dumb. I saw that and was just outraged. Jackie actually pointed it out to me, and I was like blown away by it. So here we go with late review. I know it's a little late, but
You're just hearing about this?
Can't believe I'm just hearing.
why didn't I know about this sooner? My mouth works better at nighttime. Here we go. Here we go. Co-host. Fucking dumb. I'm so stupid sometimes. Anyway, I mentioned it earlier in the show. My late review this week is of Red Dead Redemption 2. It's out now for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It is I'm just going to start off by saying it is a 10 out of 10 absolute creative masterpiece.
That's what a lot of the game review sites gave it, is 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
It is a masterpiece. Now, I was a huge fan of the first one, which the first one came out on the last generation of consoles. Like, it was on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. So it came out 8 years ago, and it was the first of its kind open world Western game. And the campaign for that game was absolutely incredible. You play as a very likable character, John Marsden, and it's a quest to save his family and essentially get redemption in a pretty terrible environment, right? So this game, the new one, takes place 12 years prior to that. So you kind of get to see this game in itself is a giant Easter egg, if you will. You get to find out so much about characters that are super important in the first one. You get to see how things progress to get where they were at the start of the first one, which John Marsden was in a gang, ended up not being in it, and had to hunt down the remaining members of the gang.
After you're done this game,
Yeah.
like after you're completely finished this game, would you like to be able to go and play the first one again?
Yes, but no at the same time, because this game is the first one cranked all the way up.
I understand that, but it's still a prequel to the first one.
Yeah. So, like, if I were to finish this and just jump right into the first one, it'd be a really cool, rewarding experience because you would, be able to do it. But, like, I already beat it, so I don't need to. You know what I mean?
What if the game's so big, there's some giant Easter egg where the first one starts just automatically after you finish it.
Well, I don't want to get into spoilers, but it definitely leads right into it.
That's
like
awesome.
It leads right into it, and it's absolutely magnificent. The level of detail is insane. The map is enormous, and I just beat the main story last night, and very, very intense. There came a point in the game, like they encourage you to take your time in this game and kind of just do all the side missions, do everything that you can. And I just wanted to blaze through it just so that I could A, know how to end so I could talk about it on the show, and B, just I couldn't, at one point, I couldn't stop playing story missions. Like I couldn't stop. I needed to know what happened next. I needed to know what happened to these characters. Shit hits the fan really big. Like you get into a lot of incredible gunfights in this game. Like the animation, the script is so well written. It's a perfect experience if you're into that kind of game. It's perfect. And it's very intricate. Like you were talking about, you have to eat in this game or you can't regain health. You lose weight, which gives you less health. Your beard grows, your hair grows.
That's
so
ridiculous.
You have to cut your hair. You have to do this. If you want to look a certain way, you have to take care of your appearance. Your clothes get dirty, so if you want to look cool, you got to change your clothes, keep them clean, whatever. You don't clean them, but like just whatever.
You don't do the laundry?
No, that's not it. But your horse, they encourage you to form a bond with your horse, like a lot of people did in those times. So you have to brush it, you have to keep it clean so it stays healthy. You got to feed it. You got to do so much. There's so much. You can go into town, go play poker. You can play dominoes. You can do a whole lot of side missions. You can be a bounty hunter. You can go hunting. You can go fishing.
It's crazy.
It's insane. Absolutely insane. You can rob stagecoaches. You can rob trains. You can rob banks. You can rob all kinds of shit. It's just absolutely phenomenal. 10 out of 10. If you're into this kind of stuff, go fucking get it. You're going to have to... I devoted so much time to it this past week, like I said, just so I could finish it and talk about it and know how it all ends. And I finished the main story. There's still more. There's an epilogue. There's more stuff to do. So I'm anxious to see where it all ends. And they're coming out with Red Dead Online. The beta is sometime this month in November. I think it's right before Thanksgiving, I believe. So it's coming up. And then they're going to release the full version a little longer down the road. But there's a lot of speculation about that. I've heard that there might be developing a battle royale kind of game in like the Wild West type area there. Like apparently there's this huge city that I haven't even unlocked yet.
That's dope.
That is supposedly going to be the site for that.
That's why I want Call of Duty, is because the battle royale mode.
Yeah. Well, apparently the Red Dead Online is going to have something like that. It's rumored to be. There's going to be co-op missions. There's going to be co-op like horde modes, I think, from what they're saying. And obviously deathmatch, team deathmatch, stuff like that. And online free roam from what I can tell as well. So there's a lot to still look forward to in this game. And if it's anything like Grand Theft Auto 5, they're going to come out with constant updates for it, add-ons, things of that nature, which is very, very crazy. Very, very cool. So 10 out of 10, go get it. Kev, what are you reviewing?
Thanks to co-host Dan, I started to watch The Purge on USA, and I have one more episode left till I'm caught up to current. I think there's 10 episode seasons, so there's one more left after what I have to watch, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
If I had to give it a rating, I'd do like a 9.85.
Wow.
Dude, it is a phenomenal show. It is great. It's great. All the different characters, all the different plot twists, all the different everything. It's just intense. And I'm fully taken in. I don't know how long they could go, like how many more seasons they could do, because I think it would kind of get old. The same thing, running away, keeping away, staying alive. I mean, it could go another couple seasons. I could be wrong, but this first initial season, and I love all the movies. I love all the Purge movies.
You seen them all?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's one that I haven't seen, but
the newest one,
the first Purge. Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet, but all the other Purges I love. It's great, and this is a great show. If you have any interest in any of the Purge movies, watch the show. It's good.
Jackie watched. I think she's caught up where they are on TV. I think, but she said she really liked it too.
Dude, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, I need to check it out. I've been waiting for it to end so I could just binge it.
Right.
But I plan on checking it out. And I don't know because I haven't watched it, but I wonder if like they do like this season will be just like this group of people, and then next season will be
another group,
a different group of people during a different purge, or even the same purge.
Could be.
Yeah. So, well, very cool. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm definitely planning on checking it out. Well, that wraps up week 11 here at Might Be News. Also, real quick. Shout out to John and Steve, who just premiered their new show, their new bi-weekly show on the Might Be News Network last Friday called Might Be Brews. It's a very cool show that we're just starting here on the Might Be News Network that focuses on craft beer and their love of it. Of course, I produce a show and I don't drink that stuff, so
gross.
You're gonna get a just somebody like me's take on the whole thing. During the whole thing last week on the premiere, they celebrated National Stout Day, so we drank some motor oil open here. It was pretty interesting. But no, I shout out to them. They had a great premiere week. A lot of people were really excited about it because it's a very popular thing these days. Even if we don't participate in it, Kev, a lot of people really enjoy that kind of stuff. So.
I want to sit in on one episode.
Oh, you definitely should. You definitely should. But again, shout out to John and Steve. They're all over the place too on social media. They got a really great Instagram account that they're working on right now. But again, they're going to be on every other week, just like Novak and Franz. It'll be on the weeks that Novak and Franz aren't on. So very, very cool stuff. Very interesting stuff. And we're also working on a couple more interviews for Let's Talk About It coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. We got a lot of stuff going on Might Be News Network, Kev.
Fun stuff.
It's going on. A lot of good stuff happening. Tune into Relatable Radio tomorrow. And Kevin Reevy and I, Kevin Reevy's working on a huge interview for our show. Not sure if it's going to be this week or next week, but we're working on it. I don't want to talk too much about it right now, but the biggest interview we've had yet.
Don't spoil it.
On the network.
Don't spoil it.
Very crazy stuff. Okay, so again, thanks so much for listening. Great job this week, Kev.
Thanks.
It's just like old times.
Just like old times.
Just like the long lost season 1.
Sitting in the closet.
I should have set up in there just for nostalgic purposes.
One microphone.
Yeah. Get at us on mbnnetwork.com. Follow us on Twitter. Check us out on Instagram and Facebook. We've got a lot of great things happening. Thanks again for listening. Peace out, Kev.
See ya.
Peace out, guys. Have a great week.